Hi everyone, it's us again. It's myself and Shellin. Welcome to our Wednesday Live.
Welcome. Great to have you here.
So today, as you know, we're going to discuss why should you go into consultancy from admin. We are going to discuss that with you. We hope that you will join in with us. We'd love to have a Q&A. Obviously, we'll do some slides in a moment, and then hopefully you'll be able to just join in. You can just put some comments. What I would say is if you drop a comment that's a question into the chat, if you would like to discuss that with us, or if you just want to just get an answer, so that we know if we're collaborating with you or we're just getting an answer. So let me share my screen. Okay, so hopefully, can everyone see that? Shelley, are you good?
Looks perfect.
Perfect, brilliant. Okay, so as I just said to you, so admin to consultancy is the discussion of the day today. Once again, you've got myself and my partner in crime, Shellin. So if we just start off then, I've said this way ahead of the slide, but any questions you've got, please drop them in the chat. Shellin will take on your questions and we will answer them between us. Or, of course, we're more than happy to discuss as we go through with you. So the question of the day, why would you want to learn consultancy skills? So, as I say, that is a question. If you feel like you want to join in, then just drop something in the chat and we'd be more than happy to try and answer your questions. I mean, we do also have a link that you can go on to afterwards if you want a one-to-one personal consultation with us. We'd be more than happy to answer your one-to-one questions. But today, if you've got any questions, as I say, drop them into the chat, please. So why would you want to develop your essential skill mix and add in that all-important consultancy? So we've done some slides just so that we can go through individual parts of, if you like, the actual skill set that you will be learning. So obviously you're heading on to try and get your Salesforce certification in business analyst. That would be your ultimate goal from the consultancy course. You will also learn the important pieces of change management, agile management, obviously DevOps, coaching skills. So it's it's a really good piece to learn, and it's the 100% the next step. What do you think, Shellin?
Yes, and I know, Lynn, you and I have talked about this before, but this consultancy conversation and program is how I discovered Supermoms. And at the time, I was focused on becoming a consultant. And what I learned is these skills are so powerful in any role or position. And there's a few areas that aligned with Salesforce are so key, and that is the business and analysis piece, the change management, agile project management, and DevOps. And my introduction to Salesforce was as a sales leader in an insurance company. And we had Salesforce and a Salesforce Consultant group come in and help us bring Salesforce into the organization. And honestly, looking back, I can see that so many of the challenges and the things that did not go well align right back to these four areas. So from, I guess, personal experience, I learned a painful lesson about how critical these are, and that business analysis of being able to really understand business priorities, having a very organized, intelligent way of gathering requirements and asking questions and documenting, so key. And from that admin position, moving into this consultancy, having those consultancy skills just where you are today can elevate your performance and the perception of just the level of work that you're doing and the opportunities that you're ready for. And then that change management piece, I think for so many projects and Salesforce initiatives, just that piece alone, I think sometimes gets missed, that discussion of the change management. So having not only the intention, but having that framework, and there's some, very proven methodologies for change management, and having a chance to really understand the culture, working with stakeholders and analyzing what's important to them, the role of leadership and influence, and being able to communicate. And that all of those things are not natural for a lot of people. This is where I think many projects go awry, is this change management piece. So that was really exciting for me to learn and recognize that in any role, that's very important. And then the agile project management and really understanding that that agile methodology and being able to explain it to stakeholders that aren't familiar with that. I know looking back, I just wanted it done. I was happy to have my sales team just jump in and use it and kind of push that initiative, I suppose. And I did not like the agile project methodology because I just wanted it done so we could move on. And that approach honestly resulted in something that didn't work well. It wasn't thought out well, and we just moved what didn't work into Salesforce. And being able to be trained on agile and really understanding those project management principles, having the requirements and the prioritization and those project management tools, it's just everything. And then DevOps is certainly becoming, more and more discussed and formally part of organizations, and having that process and understanding that developer operational team and the tools and working with data. And that's something that's come a long way over the past few years, and now is really essential and will help you stand out. So there's so many important skills, but I really appreciated the structure of the Supermoms course and the ability to just dive deep into these 4 areas with people that understood and had a lot of hands-on real world experience.
Absolutely. As you said, we took this offline, and it was a really interesting conversation that we had over this, and it's quite nice to discuss this with everyone else. So obviously, your aim when you're looking to develop from admin to consultant is going to be, of course, that that financial benefit, as well as developing your career. Everyone wants to learn more, to have more on their resume, on their CV, but of course when you look at the UK from an admin's perspective, you're thinking, from 30 to 57,000. When you're looking at consultant, you're looking at 46 to 72,000. I know I'm talking UK, but I'm based in the UK. You can see on the slide. I know if it were Shellen telling you this, she'd be telling you the US salaries, but you can see clearly on the screen. If you are admin and you want to upskill, consultancy is your natural next step. So moving forward, so is it for me? So there are many reasons why people sign up to doing consultancy. Of course there are. But we've picked 5 for you so that you can just get a little bit of an idea. So number 1 is that main topic of the day, imposter syndrome. That I hear that every day. Every conversation I have, it all leads to that imposter syndrome. So boosting your confidence and overcoming that imposter syndrome, I can't even say it, imposter syndrome is such an important piece for sure. So also having the professional way to deliver projects with templates and tools. Again, we talk about Heather, and we've got a slide about that a little later on. But having the templates and tools is, again, massively important. When you're moving forward and you're looking at what questions to ask, at what tools you need, you will have all that with one of our consultancy courses. You will also come across as trusted, authoritative Salesforce professionals. And again, it's back to that confidence and professional toolkit as well. You will be avoiding project failure. You'll be focusing on delivering successful outcomes, which, again, in terms of doing a great job for someone, for your own personal focus, you want to do that, but also, if you want to move on in your career, you want to get a good reputation. So that is a really important piece. And of course, that boosts that earning potential, which we already touched on just now. So here we go with our Heather. So Heather is a golden hoodie winner. Now, if you're not in the Salesforce space, which I'm assuming most of you are that are watching, because we're talking about a Salesforce position to the next position in your natural progression. But Heather is a golden hoodie. Everybody wants a golden hoodie. So if you're in the Salesforce space, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But since 2010, she's actually run her own consultancy business. She's overseen over 700 projects. Now, the great thing with that is she knows what's gone right and what's gone wrong. So she can point you, hopefully, in the right direction, so that you won't have the issues that she had when she started, because she didn't have the beauty of her knowledge back then. So again, Heather takes the course, so you couldn't have a better mentor there. So in terms of the structure of the course, again, you can see clearly. So we've got it over 12 weeks. The first section that you have is the accountability and the structure, but also working at your own pace, which is important. We recommend 4 to 8 hours study a week. There's online recorded training webinars, plus there's some optional Trailhead. Now, anyone that has done Trailhead will know that Trailhead, you do one, and as great as it is, you get all these shiny badges. Sometimes you need some direction, you need some structure and some guidance on what you need to do for each individual piece. So I think that's important. When we say optional, it is optional, but it is structured as well. The live sessions are 1 hour per week consultant session, and then there's fortnightly coaching skills as well. And then you benefit from a peer network of consultancy trainees and wider alumni. I mean, the community within Supermums is second to none. And I can vouch for that after I started my training with Supermums, and I just found it so supportive, and the community like no other. Everyone is so excited when anyone achieves. So it is a great community. I mean, I was lucky enough to go on and work for them, but that's another day. So Shellin, over to you.
Yes. And from my perspective, what you discussed, kind of that, the fundamentals, the materials, that expertise was why I moved into this direction, and why the course was so appealing, and that consultancy career path made so much sense. What I didn't really appreciate at the time was the Supermums community and the leaders at Salesforce, the company, and partner programs and all around the world who support the mission and the coaching piece. So there is a terrific career coaching program that's wrapped around this with certified coaches. It's wonderful to have that kind of support. and then having that opportunity for a 1-hour coaching call with Heather. And frankly, with her background and the investment of having her time, that was a wonderful bonus. And then the career progression and really learning how to take what you're doing, whether it's through the Supermoms course or investing in this type of learning, of adding the terms, adding the successes and impact to your LinkedIn profile, to your resume, that you're building that up. So when people are searching for talent, they're finding you. But sometimes it's really hard to know what to do. And that's something that I appreciate so much, is the support with how to review your resume, how to highlight transferable skills, how to elevate the communication of what you can bring to the table to reflect the coaching skills, experience, impact that you can have, to find out about preparing for interviews, how to approach that effectively in that consulting space, job opportunities, and having a connection to a recruiting agency. I didn't even realize that at the time, that Supermoms also has the recruiting side and work with companies that have wonderful opportunities for full-time and part-time work.
Absolutely. And like you said, the piece on selling yourself to potential employers, through LinkedIn, through your CV, resume. I think that's important, because unless you get these skills, you aren't going to progress in your career, and you can just stay stagnant, can't you?
Yeah, and I think the opportunity to have that, the hands-on work and the projects that were within the consultancy course, for me, you could do them, outside as well if you want to design something that way. But I really appreciated having something that was ready to go. So when there was interviews that happened, even though I hadn't done the work per se, I could really reference situations, case studies, showcase what I'd been able to put together. And I think individuals have really appreciated that it doesn't have to be starting out. It can be really elevating in your current career and being very well prepared and positioned for the next opportunity at a higher level with more money and more opportunity.
Excellent. Brilliant. So what people say, Shellen, what do our people say?
Yes. This has been, I think the other piece that I just didn't really know was going to be so much fun is having the small cohort of people who were focused on these next career steps. So there's a tremendous amount of positive feedback in terms of being really well structured and organized so that it's easy to learn, having access to the information, templates, checklists. People are able to take those and just layer them right into their current jobs or projects that they're working on, and really showcase what they can do, and just elevates how they're showing up in a way. And for me, honestly, that was, at the time, that was what I wanted. I wanted those checklists. I wanted the questions. I wanted all the things that I could show up and really get busy and do the work without having to figure all of that out. So that was something that was amazing in terms of delivering the best quality of work and having, that opportunity to sort of have your life be easier. Practical resources, the language, working with Heather and learning from her of, those 700 projects, right? There was a lot of opportunity for client work, of client proposals and landing new clients and work, how to work through challenges when something could go awry. All of those things. It just felt good to be learning from someone who'd been in the trenches for years and led people and hired and trained individuals. So just that level of confidence and understanding, and watching people leave this learning and go on and apply it and get hired and promoted has been really rewarding.
Excellent. So have we got any questions in the chat yet, Shelley?
Not yet, but yeah, feel free. And for anyone who might be joining after the fact with the recording, feel free to go ahead and include them as well. And we'll keep an eye on it, and our team will as well.
Absolutely. So just in terms of the investment, so depending on where you are, I mean, I know we're talking to possibly admins looking to upskill into consultancy. So if that's what you are looking to do, I have got the financial figures here of what you could spend with other disciplines and what you would spend with us. If you, however, are watching this and you haven't already set out, then just to tell you, if you were to, I mean, I always say that the foundation for any newbie starting out in Salesforce is always do your admin, because you need that foundational knowledge. So if you are one of those and you're watching, then I would suggest sign up to the Ultimate Admin course. If you sign up for consultancy at the same time, you get 50% off the consultancy. So that's huge. So if you have a goal, an end goal for your career path, then that is my advice. If, however, you've already done your admin and you're certified and you're looking to go on and do your consultancy skills course, that's going to cost you 1,200 GBP, so obviously in pounds, or 1,600 USA dollars. So just to give you a bit of an idea, there is a certification that you would take at the end of it, but we do have 50% off vouchers. So that's always good to know, isn't it? So that's in terms, but if you want to talk that in more detail, then please reach out to one of us and we'll be able to go through it with you. So in terms of course content, so there's additional content. So you get a pack of BA script templates, which is what Shelley was saying back along is so important. When you are actually going to a real life organization and you're doing a job, those templates, the script templates, are beyond invaluable. And I think you need to know it to understand that. And I hope that there are people watching that have already done it, because they'll be nodding right now. So you can see clearly. So we do the CRM strategy. We do all about health check, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Community Cloud. So, you know, we're up there on everything that you'll need. There's payment integration, events management, e-marketing, grant marketing, impact management, and also non-functional requirements. So the 12 live sessions are, as you can see them there. I'm not going to read them out because you can see, but again, there are some really important. I mean, you've got that DevOps piece, you've got the health checks, you've got the Service Cloud BA script. So you can see all that. So I think all of that is, you know, makes it an amazing course to do. And as we said, with it being presented by Heather, you know, there's definitely nobody better that I've found in the industry that will be able to help with that for sure. So what would you say would you expect for the outcome of the course then, Shelley?
You know, our goal is to really make sure that you feel empowered, that you have the confidence, the skills, the education to understand and direct Salesforce implementations, that you're able to show up wherever you are and wherever you go in a way that is very consultative in nature, and that you can showcase the elevated skill set and approach that's valued by leadership and just naturally demands more income as well. So but so much of it is just really having that confidence, and being part of the program for those 12 weeks gives you a chance to really practice and be part of the community and get that opportunity to showcase and develop things and try and learn where it's just such a safe and supported environment. That's something that I really appreciated and felt this outcome personally. And it's been really a joy to watch others as well.
Excellent. And that's what makes our job so great. I was looking at this slide actually, and just trying to pick. I love words. I have a thing about words, and I was just trying to pick the words that I felt really resonated. But I've got to say, there are so many in this one slide. The empowerment, the confidence, having those extra skills and knowledge. I mean, that is, well, understatement. It really is where you're heading, where your goal is. So I think those words are quite important in there that we've added. So you can see that we've gone through everything. I'm going to stop sharing my slide now. I will actually, once I've stopped sharing, I will see if I can drop a few bits into the chat so that you've got, there you are, so that you've got a few things. So let's just, right, here we go. Now I can see everybody properly. Right, okay. So I'm just going to drop into the chat our links, so that even if you watch this on recorded and you want to reach out to us, Shellin is in the US and I'm in the EMEA, so I'm in the UK. However, we genuinely speak to people, and I did a piece on this the other day. We speak to people all over the world. It is amazing. I spoke to, I could go on forever. I spoke to someone in Hawaii, somebody in Nigeria, somebody in Spain, somebody in Belgium. I mean, they're everywhere, which is really great to see. And of course, the beauty is that when you're in Salesforce, you don't have to work for someone within your own country. So, the world is your oyster. So, Shellin, if you want to carry on, I'm going to drop some links in.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I do really encourage everyone to take the opportunity. Next week is Dreamforce. This is an incredible season to participate. If you aren't going to be there live, which most of us are, they now have Salesforce Plus, and you have the opportunity to see live and recorded sessions from Dreamforce. There are going to be wonderful presentations with Salesforce customers showcasing what they've been able to do in terms of business transformation and projects. And it's so inspiring. And I know for me, this week in 2019 really was what led me to just jump in to the Salesforce ecosystem and learn. And you can see the types of implementations and projects that you have the opportunity to work on in your career, and different areas that you can really lean into and leverage your past if you have some skills and expertise that are of value. And I would definitely take the opportunity to connect with people on LinkedIn and X, formerly Twitter, because there's so much activity. It's a great time to build your network. And so much of the Salesforce and Supermoms community is who you know, who you can connect with, who you can take the opportunity to learn from. So definitely enjoy that. And thank you for dropping all those links. So we have, yes, the Calendly book time. Everyone's situation is different. And Lynn and I love to work, do these lives and be part of the bigger community. But honestly, the thing that really warms my heart the most is those one-on-one conversations where we get a chance to learn more about you, your personal situation, what you're desiring from your career. And, we're here to support. And for many, it's jumping into the Supermoms community, but not always. And so we're certainly here to invite you into the community at large and really enjoy sharing the possibilities. And I know, Lynn, you and I talk often about the longer term opportunities in Salesforce, and more than 3 million additional jobs are expected to be in the ecosystem around the world in the next couple of years. So it's growing and there's so much opportunity.
Absolutely. And like you just said, just to reiterate on that, we have people that come and talk to us who are already in the ecosystem and they just want to upskill. We have people that have read something and don't know anything about Salesforce, and they just want some advice and guidance on next career steps. And I think for us, it's great to see people at the very start of their career and see where it takes them, because that, as you said, melts your heart, because, you know, it's so amazing to see where some people have gone after, you know, we've had the initial 30-minute conversation with them, and all of a sudden, you know, they just you know, they're flying. And it's, you know, you almost feel like it's your children, because you know, you've nurtured them through, and then they've gone on to do our training courses, and then they come back to you. You know, I mean, for me, I've already had some people come back to me. I've made some great friends already, where we've just had an initial coffee and a chat, and they've said, okay, Lynn, what is this all about? You know, you know, to going on and doing some amazing things. So I think for both of us, that's where we're so lucky.
Definitely.
Okay, so has anyone got any questions before we leave you for the evening or the morning, wherever you are?
9:30 a.m.
Yeah. Okay, and we are 5:30 p.m. So quite a way apart.
Yes, well, it doesn't look like we have questions right now, but again, if you want to ask any questions, feel free to put them in the comments now or later, or certainly schedule time with us to just have a chat and learn more and let us get to know you a little bit.
Absolutely. So we're here if you need us, and wherever you are in the world, whether it's good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, you know, we just wish you a great rest of your day or rest of your evening. Okay, take care, everyone, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.